Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Legacy Racing Esports. I'm your commentator for this evening, which is LRE Storm and owner of Legacy Racing Esports. We've got three teams here this evening that will be battling it out to see who is the better team. Of course, we've got VIR, which is Virtual Esports Racing. We've got IRT, which is International Racing Team, and of course we've got Legacy Racing Esports. We're here at the famous Imola GP track, which can provide quite tricky, so we'll have to try and see who's who in the lobby, because some drivers haven't got their team name beside them. I know Enzo Cam is of course LRE, Hype I believe is IRT, so that's quite handy, and obviously SS is obviously the owner, I believe, of IRT. So we'll have a short qualifying session and then 50% race. So who is the fastest one? It's very difficult when it's multiplayer cars, as you don't quite know who the first person is to cross the line. So just have to wait until somebody's trying to come up. Yeah, of course, good luck to all the teams. Obviously, I know I am, obviously, of course, rooting for my own team, but I will show an unbiased and respected opinions to both VIR and, of course, to IRT. So we'll just see who is going to set the first lap, and I believe it is NZL Camp, which is from LRE, so right on board with him as he goes through his first lap. I'm not quite sure the names of corners here, as I don't speak fluent Italian, so if it is wrong, then I do apologise. This track is quite tricky, as you've seen in recent races, especially with Charlestonburg. I don't think we'll talk about Ferrari this evening, as I'm sure there's a few Ferrari fans in the chat. But yeah, we don't want to give you any more suffering pain, as VIR Get Good Kid has gone with a 16.5 in the early lap. So right on board still with Enzo Cam from Legacy Racing Esports as DNHL Jelly, if that's how you pronounce it, goes with a 15.7 and sets the fastest lap. And Cam puts the car up into P3 with 16.3, and that time in DNHL is a 15.7. Yeah, hold on. It might be because I'm on board with Cam's car. Hold on a minute. Is that better? There we go. There we go. So we're just as Glowstick pops up into a P2 as VIR Arca goes in. What is he doing? Not a clue what the VIR driver is doing there, unless he's had a spin. I only caught the end of it. Don't know what happened there. So Glowstick going into fourth, as Ahmed, the other LRE driver, pops himself up into P4. So that's a 15.9, and then it goes down to the 16.2. Now I'm very aware that there is a top 100 Imola TT driver sitting in this lobby, which I believe is Mr. Rage, who has popped himself, I believe it's 56th in order, as LRE Toby gets in for the provisional pole of a 15.5. So here comes Mr. Rage. Hopefully he won't be raging on the track this evening. He'll keep himself calm and collected as he goes through the part of the track where we saw Yuki Tsunoda 2 years ago make a hit with the wall. So this should be near to as a pole lap. This event is also line only, so the only available assist to the drivers is the line, which is the racing line that you see on the game. So as Mr. Rage for LRE will cross the line, is it going to be pole? And it's not, it's only P6. I believe that might have been a bank lap. He's not pushing right now as he doesn't have much ERS, but it is Toby, the German LRE driver, on provisional pole with a 15.5. So it is LRE leading the way with Ver in second, and then at the moment it is IRT. Oh, as Mr. Rage goes for a full 360 spin. As I said, DNH goes into P3 with IRT. So a lot of drivers from P13 to P18 haven't set a lap time. So do get into the chat. Who do you think is going to take pole position here this evening? Will it be an LRE driver? Will it be a Ver driver? Or will it be an IRT driver? Somebody, I think, is trying to spam the comments, the commands, but I don't think it's working. So we'll see who else is going to set a lap. We'll go on board. I believe that's Vernick. I'm not Dutch, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. I don't really want to have an army of Dutch fans on my back as he is racing for Vert. So we'll go on board with the Vert driver as he comes through Sector 3. He's going to come around the final two corners. Sector 1 yellow flag is showing that won't do too much damage. Toby still setting the pole lap at the moment. But can Nick do anything about it? He's not. He's only going to go into P8 with a 16.1. Where is the rest? Cam is on a lap as well. Yeah, Mr. Rage, he's up there in P6 right beside his LRE teammate. Of course, anyone with EKG in is part of LRE. It's just we haven't had all the drivers change their PSN over just yet. If anyone's a little bit confused, as Enzil Cam is on an absolute charge at the moment. Okay, no worries, not a problem. Enzil Cam is pushing. He's pushing more than ever, I believe, this lap. As he is now coming to the end of this lap. Will he improve? He's currently outside the top 10. Don't forget, the drivers will get a free choice of tyre in the race. And he puts himself up to P3. What a lap from the LRE driver. And we'll go on with one of the board. We'll go on board with one of the Ver drivers, which is actually, we'll go on board with Vertim. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name, as he is making his way through into turn 1. And then he goes through turn 2, 3 and 4. Sector 3 is showing the flags, but I think that's just somebody slowing down. Can he beat the pole lap set by Toby, which is a 15.5? It's still not beaten, so six drivers are in. Six drivers in the 15s, and then the rest are in 16s and 18s, and then Ari is in the 35s. Well, the 36s, should I say? So Tim is coming through nice and well. He's through Sector 3 now. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. He's going to have to get them to move out the way, which they do ever so nicely. And he's now going to come around the final two corners. Hopefully he doesn't invalidate. Somebody has the wrong livery for IRT, which is Indigo. Obviously he didn't get the memo, and he is going to go with a pole of a 15.2. So we're just having a little bit of connection issues for Mr. Eugene. Toby is on a lap. Can Toby... Oh, Toby has invalidated, so that will be him over as Mr. Rage is on a lap. He's really only the one, I think, the closest to the line. He is. He'll set this lap and then I reckon go back in for a final run. As he is now going to come through the final two corners. He'll hit the DRS detection point, which will be mainly used in the race in that nice red and black livery. And he is now going to cross the line as he hits that DRS, and he is going to set the pole lap of a 15.1. Now he's going to hope that he can keep that pole position, because he's got 6 minutes left on the clock. Who else is out? Hyper goes up into P3 for IRT. Marty, he's in P9 for IRT. We've got the Get Good, who was the first pole position, provisional pole position. He is now in P12. So you can see the definite change as Jasper goes into P9 for IRT. We're just waiting for Stretch and Eugene to set a lap. So Mr. Eugene is now making his way out to the pits and onto the track, and so is Stretch. So they're going to do one run. Probably, maybe that's all they need to set a lap, but it is 1/10 that separates, not even that, between Mr. Rage and Tim. Of course, once you know, I've spoken to IRT and obviously the after race, we will give out on our social media page the results and who won. Obviously the event this evening. So do check us out on LRE Esports org, or you can follow. I'm not quite sure what the and IRT's Twitters are off the top of my head, but I'm sure one of the team members can just kindly put that in the chat, just in case if you do want to check out the results after the event. So as it stands, as the drivers are making their way back into the pits for the final runs, LRE Mr. Rage does go on for a provisional pole at the moment of a 15.1. Tim is in P2 with a 15.2. Hyper for IRT in with a 15.3. LRE Toby in P4 with a 15.5. Arca, or if that's how you pronounce it, I do apologise, with a 15.5. Enzil Cam in P6, who's actually on a lap at the moment with a 15.6. DNH is in with a 15.7 in 7th. P8 now is the Gets Good Kid with a 15.9. Ahmed from LRE in P9 with a 15.9. And then rounding off the top 10 is IRT Jasper with a 16.0. So it kind of looks like if you want a top 10 position, you are going to need a 15.9 area mark, as Cam has invalidated. Let's go on board with LRE Stretch as he goes for a spin. He's got time for another lap. He's just waiting for the track to get a bit cleared. There we go. He'll just reset himself and we'll get going again. Eugene, I think he's on an outlap. He is having connection issues, because I think I've seen him kind of rejoin and leave multiple times. So as we come to the end of qualifying, we will now be coming to see the faster times. So as you'll see there, shown by Mr. Rage, just warming up the tyres a little bit just to keep them in the right temperature. And I think Arca is going to do a lap early and get his done and out of the way, out of that traffic, as he is now coming through sector 3. No, he's just gone through sector 2 and he's up by 3/10. This would put him round about P3. This would put him 3/10 up because yeah, it would put him P3 as he comes through the final 2 corners. So yeah, just a little bit of information. I know there is the England game going on for the England women's national team. Just a little bit of an update. England have scored against Germany in the Euro 2020 final for the trophy, should I say, as Arca has retired on track. Don't know if he was intending to do that or not, but he has put himself up to P2. Rage is out as well, so he's not going to do any more. So this is now going to be a fight for pole. Whoever... Oh, it might be me set up the bot wrong. So just ignore the bot, we'll fix that after the stream. So Toby, Hyper and Tim can all snatch pole here this evening, as both P1 and P2 are effectively not able to do any more, as Tim is going through sector 1. Where is the rest? Hyper just in front of him. Toby's going to have to get a move on because he is invalidated. I don't think he's going to go anymore. He's got 20 seconds to get across the line. If we can keep the chat to English chat, please. I know there's a lot of different languages, but please keep the chat to English. I know that there is a few people that don't speak English or don't speak it as their first language. So Toby is potentially in the best possible place, as he is at the top 6. The last one to cross the line, as Tim goes in pole with a 15.1. Now this is only provisional, as Toby has spun it, as Hyper goes into P2. So Toby can't do any more now, as qualifying is over. So it is going to be Ver get good up to P5. Toby will stay P6 as Stretch gets himself up to P11. So that's a good start from him. So it doesn't look like, unless Enzil Cam out of nowhere can do an absolute miracle. He doesn't. He stays P8, and that, I think, is going to be qualifying over, because DNH has got a lap invalidated. Toby, of course, has had a spin, and Ver Get Good Kid has aborted that lap. So that is qualifying. It is Ver Tim on pole with a 15.1. Hyper in P2, and LRE Mr. Rage on for P3. So a front row top 3 with one car from each team is in there. So maybe Tim might be able to get a little bit of support from his teammates, but Hyper is kind of in no man's land, as his nearest teammate is in P7. So that is qualifying over and done with. But as they say, you don't win points in qualifying, you don't win points on a Saturday. It will come down to the race itself. So I'll just screenshot that. Just anybody needs, or we need a restart. So it's using the wrong coloured car. So Vertim gets pole position by 39 thousandths of a second, with Hyper in P2, Mr. Rage in P3, Ver Arca in P4, P5 is Ver Get Good Kid, P6 is LRE Toby, in P7 DNH, P8 NZL Cam, P9 Jasper, P10 ran off the top 10 is Marty, in P11 is Eugene, Nick in 12th, Stretch 13th, Glowstick 14th, Ahmed 15th, Indigo 16th, Taiban in 17th. So it is now down to the drivers, 32 laps here of the Emilio Romagna. I can't even remember the rest. So we'll just call it Emiliano Romagna Grand Prix, and it is going to be an absolute epic race. Doesn't matter who wins, we're all here just for a bit of fun and to see who can win it for their team. So it is blue skies and exciting, hopefully, for the race as well, as it is going to be a VER, should I say, front row for pole position. Then we'll have Hyper from IRT in P2, and then we'll have LRE Mr. Rage in P3. So we're going to have literally a yellow, a blue, and a black car on the front row. So that's a bit of a colour combination mix-up. So the drivers will be picking their strategies, their fuel loads, and then we'll get going on the formation lap. So the drivers will now go round for their one formation lap. So let's just get up all the tyres, if I can get them up. We've got a mixture of soft, mediums to hards across the board. The only driver not on a medium or a hard compound tyre is Ver Ari in 80. He is gone for the soft compound tyre, so he's looking for an early track position gain. So while we are on the formation lap, if you do want to go and grab yourself a few beverages and a few snacks for 32 laps here of the Emilio Romagna Grand Prix here in Imola. It is, of course, just around near, if my geography is correct, near or inside San Marino, which I believe is near Italy or in Italy. I'm not quite sure. So we'll have to do a little bit of a geography search, I think, after that. But yeah, it is been held here quite recently, as we saw this season with Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc battling it in the sprint and the race on Sunday. We saw Leclerc bin it in the wall, but hopefully that doesn't happen this evening, as the drivers are now going to get into the grid slots. Manual grid slot is, I believe, on, so this could be quite interesting to see how the drivers handle it. So, as you can see, the drivers are really warming up them tyres, getting them in the optimal temperature. P8 and P9 will be already on the grid, so their tyres are going to be absolutely stone cold, as now Tim is in to his slot, and so are the rest. So the first 5 rows are now in their grid slots, and we now wait for the rest. And now we'll just wait for the back of the grid, and it's going to give me the worst camera angle possible. So, seems like we had a little bit of a DSQ from the drivers. So, we've got 2 lights, we've got 3 lights, we've got 4, we've got 5, and it's lights out, and away we go. And the game gives me the worst camera angle possible. Ah, there we go. As they all make their way down into turn 1, and it's 18 cars or the other. They all get through nice and cleanly, which is what we like to see. And it is Vertim P1, and that is DNH out. I think that is going to trigger a safety car. I wish it would show up on the game, as I don't think that is. That might be a VSC. Yep, that is, I believe, a VSC. So, looking at this, Verari has made up a whopping 5 places on the soft compound tyre. So he's one to watch out for. It will be a VSC. I'm just waiting for the drivers to go again. The top 3 all staying the same. Looks like the top 8 haven't changed either. Well, they have actually, as Enzo Can has dropped down to P11, but the rest, I believe the top 6 haven't changed into lap 1. As we come to the end of lap 1, no DRS has been enabled. This is where I think Tim would love to get that gap made, but he's not at the moment. As we're back under racing, looks like Cam makes up a position there and gets himself up to P10. As Indigo is going to go for a move, but the door gets firmly closed. Indigo is actually in a LRE sandwich there of Ahmed and Enzil Khan. So we'll go back up to the top. Hyper already losing 1 second, or 1.2. He is literally dropping back quite significantly. Yeah, it is a bit of a tricky one. Yeah, I do understand. As sector 2 yellow flags. Who is that? That's Stretch. He's obviously going to have to stretch the tyres now, isn't he? No puns. I'm sure he'll be pinging me in LRE's Discord after that. As yep, he's still going to carry on though. He can still fight back on the hards as Tim sets the fastest lap. As Hyper is going to have to defend as Mr. Rage around the outside. What a move, as he doesn't even need DRS. He is now on his way. Oh, makes a mistake. Comes back on the track. All safe and still keeps that P2. But I think Hyper knows that he can get the position now. He's going to go round. Nope. As Hype is going to have to deal with another LRE driver, which is Toby. As Toby is going to battle, I think, with Hype. Well, Hyper, should I say. As, yeah, that top 5 is really close. And, yeah, I think all Sector 1, I think, or maybe Sector 2, I think that's Stretch. No, it's not Stretch, but Ahmed is going to switch places with Nick there. Don't forget, it is a long race, so anything can happen. As Mr. Rage sets the fastest lap with a 19.1. He is literally on a different level right now. He is, that is not going to work, I don't think, as Hype is now dropped the position and Toby has got himself up to P3. So this will really work for LRE to get the position from Vertim, as it is now a LRE 2-3. Oh, as Jasper is dropping down the order, he is now in P4. As Enzo Cam gets himself up to P9, he's doing a nice little comeback drive there. Don't forget, this will all change after the pit stops. Oh, as Cam gets slow on the exit of that corner there, and I think Indigo may be eyeing up a move on the LRE driver as we get to the DRS. But yeah, looks like Indigo is the odd one out for IRT, as he is using the wrong livery for the team. As oh, we got a little bit of a battle here for the fastest lap, as Toby and Hyper switch between who gets the fastest lap, and I think Hyper is really struggling as he is now going to potentially get overtaken by the Arca. As Cam, oh, what's happened to Cam? Cam has dropped 2-3 positions. Oh, that's Ahmed going into the back of his teammate by a little bit of a mistake. And Cam is dropping. Hopefully he can get his car going. He's dropped another position. He's dropped 4, maybe 5 positions. Let's just actually check the position changes. So yeah, Cam's dropped 6 positions this race, but Airy dropped up, picked up 8 positions, the most of the gainers. Indigo picks up 7. So I think the LRA drivers at the back are going to work together, because that's a bit of a Ferrari moment. As I think Stretch is not having the best of day, as he's gone round again. Cam is into the pits, so I wonder if Cam has... Oh, Tim's dropped. Tim has... What has happened? Tim spun. Tim has spun. And yeah, that puts the 2 LRE drivers in P1 and P2. Absolute disaster for Vert, as they were sitting comfortable in P1, as I believe there's another spinner. Maybe not, as yeah, that's a real shake-up, as Tim now drops back to 11th and would be out of the scoring points. Hyper just out of DRS. Hyper is 1.3 from Toby. As I think, yeah, the 2 third drivers are going to switch, but they have got Marty right behind them, so they need to be careful there. Ver Ari, who is doing quite well, as Marty is trying for a move. Oof, that's a bit of a close one. He's going to go side by side. Mediums versus hards. He's going to get pushed a little bit onto the curb and gets the move done. So the soft compound tyres are working, but they won't work for long because of the tyre life. So I suspect he will start to feel... Oh! He's had a moment, and I think that is commentator's curse, and that will promote a lot of drivers. So Toby is right behind his teammate, sector 3. Indigo has had a moment, I think. Yep, he has. And that promotes 2 of LRE drivers up into P9. But they're going to have to be careful because our pole sitter is right on the back of Glowstick. And I think that is going to be a move that is going to happen. And doesn't look like it because Glowstick actually has DRS on his teammate. And look at that for an overtake. Yeah, unfortunately it is for Cam, but I'm sure... Oh, as I think Tim has had a bit of a moment. He has. That, yeah, hasn't helped. Cam can still come back. He's not going to give up. So LRE just holding, I think, off as Glowsticks picks up the first penalty of the race, a corner cutting penalty of 3 seconds. And I think, oh, sector 2, sector 3, that is the owner of IRT having a bit of a spin. He'll get going again. And I think, yeah, it's going to be still quite close as Vertim is into the pits. Well, you never know, there could be a safety car. Let's just see what happens as Vertim will go on to the hard compound tyre. As I say that, Ari has had a moment. As what's happened there? Toby gone for a spin, and that is not going to help LRE at all. And Toby is going to get underway again. So it looks like the medium's not really working right now, as he's going to have to get himself back up. He knows he has the pace, so I'm sure he'll be back up there in that podium paces very soon. As the drivers in front of him all have to pit, so it's still game on. As SS Taiban gets a 3-second penalty. As Indigo makes a move and gets himself up to P11. We kind of got a bit of a Ver trio here, as we've got Ver Eugene, Ver Get Good Kid, and Ver Arca, all in P3, 4, and 5. So that'll be quite of a challenge to get past. But it looks like Marty is going to give it a go, as he is getting quicker lap by lap. As Eugene sets the fastest lap of an 18.5, so definitely times are getting quicker. Toby into the pits, gets a 5-second penalty as well. Hopefully he can get going again. He'll probably go on to the hards, I suspect. This is very interesting. The two Ver drivers having a bit of a moment side by side together, and that will not help them at all. I don't know the point scoring system. I suspect it would be the top 10 obviously would get points. Oh, who's had a spin? That is Indigo. Is he going to get going again? He's got his team owner right behind him. He has got going again. And yeah, so it is going to be a very interesting race after the pit stop. If I believe Riley is in the chat, if you could just find out what the point scoring system is, because nobody has told me, so obviously I'm just basing it off the top 10. As Indigo has now gone for another spin, and that is going to let a few drivers through. Oh, Toby's had another spin. Yeah, not the best of track for some people. As I think, this is a bit of a battle. Until Cam and Indigo there. Cam gets the move done. Cam is going to get overtaken, I think. Yep, Indigo is going to go for the move. Cam needs to be careful because he's got a Ver driver right behind him. Cam is going to go for the move again as a look, but the door gets closed. Everybody in front of Cam is now on very warm tyres, so he could be on the alternative strategy here, as Cam is going to go for the move. Is he going to get the move? That's going to be a proper move and a half if Cam pulls this off. Oh, what is Indigo? No, that's a little bit unfortunate for Cam. I don't know what Indigo was doing. It might not have been Indigo, actually. It might have been... Where is Vertim? Ah, it wasn't Cam, it was Vertim and Indigo. So that is Vertim without a wing. I have no idea, but that is a safety car. So this is perfect time. So we'll go back up to the front of the back. Yeah, it's not the best of things you want to see. So while we are on the safety car, if you want to go and grab yourself a nice cool beverage and a few extra snacks, I'm just going to take a quick break just to get a drink, because my throat feels like it is sandpaper at the moment. So I'll be back in a couple of moments. And I am back. So, yeah, that could have been, the issue. But we will, I'm sure, investigate it after, just if there was any issues. But this does bring the whole pack back onto the actual racing lap, which is lap 14. So we are on the actual racing lap for all the drivers, as Tim is only 55 seconds behind. He is on the soft compound tyre. Toby is out. I didn't quite see what happened there. So 5 drivers each for IRT and Vert, not Vert, IRT and LRE, should I say. Vert has all 6 drivers in still, so they can still score points from all 6 drivers. Hopefully there is no more, I think Tim's interval is wrong. So only 3 drivers with penalties. Yeah, it's because I did it quickly before the stream, so a little bit wrong by me. I'll get it fixed for the next stream, which hopefully we will be doing a lot more racing on F1 for events. As we've got the IKR season coming up, we will get hopefully one of the drivers each week to stream here on the channel. So if you do want to see us race that, then we will be showcasing that hopefully, which starts on the 9th of August. So the safety car is in this lap, so Mr. Rage will become the de facto safety car. He'll be leading all the drivers round until he is ready to go, and he's going to have to defend from the Mr. Eugene. So we're back underway as Mr. Eugene is now off on his way, and look at this. This is now going to be really close. SS Taiban is now in P15 as he makes a pit. Anyone else? And it looks like Hyper is going to have a go on Mr. Eugene, and he is going to get the move done. Don't know why blue flags are being shown. Sector 1 yellow flags, and I think that is another no issues, and that is we've got a few changes happening, and that is Indigo down into P14. As you see down the grid, right, there's a ghosted car. I believe that's one of the Ver drivers. I'm just trying to figure out who it is. Ah, there it is. It is it's one of the Ver drivers. Yes, it is Tim. He is actually now lapped. Stretch picks up a penalty. Stretch is now up to P10. So he's doing quite well. Yeah, so Tim is now lapped by... as Mr. Rage has lost the position. And that is Mr. Eugene up in P1. So LRE, Mr. Rage, has dropped into P2. And it looks to be Hyper is now going to be going... I think it might be because of tyres, as Mr. Rage is on the hard compound tyre. As it looks to be, Hyper is going to be battling a little bit more here with Mr. H. The problem you've got is the medium's going to last. As Get Good has gone a little bit wide off the track. Luckily, he's got his teammate behind him. But yeah, Indigo picks up another penalty. Mr. Rage might not even finish on the podium, as he has got a penalty to serve at the end, as Eugene sets the fastest lap of a 17.6, and DRS is enabled, so that may help Mr. Rage, as he is just over the 1 second mark. So Mr. Rage is narrowly on the cusp of DRS. He's so close. Well, as I say that is now 1.1. Not really many drivers moving at the moment. So we'll just have a double check through the grid. Marty looks to be making a move on Vernick, as that is quite close. And I think that move is going to happen. Who is going to be late on the brakes? Marty. Glowsticks gets a 3-second time penalty. And I believe, who is that that's gone for a spin? That is SS Taiban. He has gone for a spin. Luckily no VSC or SC involved. So Eugene leads the way on lap 19 of 32. So we'll have 20... No, I can't count. I'm trying to work out maths now. We should have around about 11 laps, if my maths is correct. 32 minus 19, yeah, should be 11. If I am wrong, then do let me know in the chat. So, Hyper has got past Mr. Rage through the DRS. Yeah, you can't, unfortunately, you can't say Ver's winning. I know you are a Ver driver or Ver management, but nobody knows the point system. So, if the point system is down to 20th, then, you know, it could throw up, you know, a lot of differences. So we'll just wait until the race finishes, sort the points out then. You know, oh, it's normal top 10. Ah, right, okay. So let me work this out. Hold on. So 25 is for first, 18 for second, 15 for third. So at the moment it would be a fight between LRE and Ver, because the problem is, Cam gets the 3 seconds. Ahmed has... Oh, no, Ahmed's just gone into pits. I thought he'd had a spin then. The problem IRT have is one driver is outside the top 10. So, yeah, it's... yeah, so it's going to be an interesting one. Yeah, so that's right. So top 10 get points. Now, if that's the normal top 10, that would put a fight between LRE and Ver. Yeah, no, of course. Just, you know, I wasn't aware of the point system, so, you know. Oh, as, yeah, a few getting caught out by the corner there. Yeah, so Marty is on the softs. Marty gone for a spin and reset himself to track. Obviously, in a normal league race, that would be, I'm pretty sure, punishable. As Cam is sweeping round the inside there and gets the move done. So Cam up into the top 10. So at the moment, if my maths is right, it would put Ver into P1, LRE into P2, and then IRT, as Marty has retired, into P3. Yeah, we never trust your maths, Timo. Yeah, we'll never ever trust that. Takes him about 4 hours to answer a Discord message. Only joking. I'll probably get it in the chat later, in LRE, as Ver Eugene is now into P1. So no safety cars still at the moment, and it looks to be like it is now going to be a fight between LRE and Ver, as there is now a second DNF from... Oh, make that 3, as Hyper is now out, as I just seen in the background there. He is into the wall and out of the session. So that brings out the safety car, and I believe every driver is now going to go on the soft compound tyre. So this puts Cam into P9. This is something I think Ver didn't need, because the only driver now not in the top 10 for LRE is Ahmed. So this would now be, I think, a fight between, as I say that, the pit strategies. Ahmed has got himself up to P8. Whoever's at Ahmed's pit box, you know, top-notch work there. That's just jumped him nearly 4 places. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, full respect to IRT. I have worked with them in the IKR, the SRL league events. They are absolutely a fantastic team, and they are a very strong team. I think they just had an off day where they just didn't get it right, and unfortunately it has punished them. But, yeah, no, fair play to them for turning up. They've put on a great show, and, you know, hopefully we get to face them again. You know, full respect to them. I'm not going to be a biased commentator. Obviously, of course, I do own LRE, but, you know, full respect to them and everything. So, no matter what happens, it's just a bit of fun, just to see before, you know, the esports events start kicking off, where drivers' pace level is, you know, who's good for events, etc. Just to bring you a score update while we are under the safety car, the England and Germany Women's Euros final is going to extra time, as it is 1-1. So obviously myself being from England, you know, obviously supporting England there, just to give you guys who are unfortunately missing the football a little bit of a score update, as I know Toby is obviously, of course, from Germany, so if he is watching, or, you know, he is watching the football, then, you know, unfortunately, you may be a driver of LRE, but, of course, I want England to win, so, yeah. I think Timo is German as well, so now this is going to get very interesting, because the bottom 3, P11, P12 and P13, have not boxed. No, actually Verari has boxed. SS Taiban and Tim haven't boxed. So, and Ahmed has been 3 laps on the yeah, no, took me a moment. It takes you 4 hours to reply on the Discord message, so oh, he's Dutch. Oh, whoops. I'll tell you what, that safety car's taking them curves real nice. Better than most of league races I see. So, SS Taiban is now into the pits. So at the moment, all of LRE's drivers would get points. Everyone except 4 drivers of Ver would score points, and 1 driver from IRT would score points. So if anyone is doing the maths in the comments, if you could just, while we're under the safety car, just double check what the points would be. It'll be the normal top 10 F1 points. So 25 first, second, third, 32, 18, obviously, then third, 15, fourth, 12th, 5th, 10, 6 is 8, 7 is 6, 8 is 4, 9 is 2, and then 10 is 1. Yeah, I know Ver's on 58. Right, so safety car is in this lap, so I'm going to get under racing for what will be 8 laps. So 8 more laps. Look at that. That is absolutely ridiculous. What? Hold on a minute. What the hell? How has Mr. Rage lost a position? I think they've all gone before the safety line, haven't they? Yeah, I think some of them went before the safety line. As Ahmed is going to lose the position, so is Cam. No, Cam loses the position. So Cam will be back down to P11. Yeah, obviously I know it's a friendly event, but you know we've still got to follow the safety line rule in some respect, because Get Good Kid has overtaken Mr. Rage before the pit line. Oh, okay. It just looked a bit, you know. I'm not questioning. I'm just saying, you know, it looked like they were all going way before the line. But as I say that, Mr. Rage, I think, isn't going to hang around. He's going to take that place back. If he can get the move done. He's not going to get it done this lap. No DRS enabled. It's just obviously you guys have probably got better look at it as you know, commentators. We don't get good looks on the angles, as I believe Jasper gets himself up to P6, and that is him up nicely to P6, but he has got Stretch and Nick all as Eugene picks up a penalty. That will be interesting. If that was the case, then I think the game would have told him to give it back. But Mr. H is going to do it the right way and get the position back on track, as he is literally all over the back of that car. He's going to get the move, I think. Nope, still can't get the move. I think he needs the DRS. I think, yeah. Mr. H just needs a little bit more of extra speed, which would come from the DRS, which should be enabled by now. So we'll just keep on board with this top four, as they're all within that range. As I think what's holding Mr. Raid back from a race win would be oh, as he gets another penalty. Right, so he's up to 6. Glow Sticks is up to 6. So is Stretch. So yeah, this could change very quickly if people don't get a kind of a wiggle on. Right, so he's going to get DRS now. I think this move is going to happen as he gets right up close. And yeah, that is a move, and he has licked the stamp, and he has sent that before even turn 1. He has got a penalty, as Cam and Ahmed are going to switch positions. So the top 2 would drop. Actually, let's have a look. Gap to leader. Oh, who's had a spin? That's Stretch. Yep, Stretch is so yeah, so the gap to the leader, the leader would drop at least, let's have a look at penalties. He would drop to P4. So yeah, and obviously, of course, Mr. Age would drop to P5. So I think with Mr. Age is he kind of needs to close that gap up as much as possible, even though he has 6 seconds of penalties. Oh, someone's had a bit of a mare, I think. Oh, that is the Get Good. He's had a spin. I don't think Ari is going to be troubling him, as he is now 16.4 behind. And who's had a spin? Stretch picks up a penalty again. I don't think he's going to be finishing P10 as Ahmed and Cam switch round. So at the moment, the Arca is, or if that's the Arc is going to take the race win. So it is going to be a Ver win no matter what, unless there is something drastically happen in the next 2 laps. Yeah, probably will. I'll probably just catch it just at the end. Cam is out of the race. Feels he can't do no more. As we come round to the final lap and a half. I might just catch the penalties, because we've only got 1 lap here to go. Oh, as oh, we got a bit of synchronisation going on. Oh, okay. Well, this has only got 1 lap to go, so... So it is going to be a Ver win on track and off the track. Oh, no, actually, no, it won't be. As, obviously, Arc did have a spin. So Mr. Eugene will take the on-track win, but he won't keep it, as it is going to be IRT Jasper. He's going to take the race win, I believe. Oh no, maybe not. There's 1 more lap to go. Whoops, that was wrong. Yeah, so from my understanding, the top 2 are okay. Because of penalties. Jasper is 7.2. Yeah, no, Eugene will be top 3. Yeah, the top 3 at the moment will stay the way they are. Because Jasper is 7.2 from Mr. Age. So, yeah, so... So, as I was going to say, it is going to be a race win for the Mr. Eugene, and he is going to cross the line, and he is going to take the race win with Mr. Rage on for second place. IRT Jasper will take P3. He won't gain P2 or higher because he wasn't close enough. Then we've got Vernick in P4, The Arc in P5. Glowstick will take P6 on track but won't keep it. I don't think, as the Ari will jump him in P6. So the Get Good will take P8. And that is the race over, ladies and hopefully we get the final race result. And it is Stretch in P10. So, hopefully it gives us the race results. So it is a win for there on the podium with Mr. Rage and IRT with IRT Jasper. There is all the champagne and all the good stuff, and I'll just take a quick screenshot of that just in case we need it once it things off. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The friendly event between LRE, Ver and IRT has concluded. We'll upload and post the final results on our social media page, which is LRE Esports Org. The stream will be uploaded to our YouTube channel over the coming days. But I have been LRE Storm, taking you through the action here in the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. But until next time, when we go live here on Legacy Racing Esports, it's good night.